Jane, and this is series 2 of Vic Meets live at Nells. I'm here with Jonathan Ogden. I am so thrilled to have you here. Your music is music that really is soothing, and I feel like as soon as you start singing, playing, people are just instantly drawn into you.
Oh, thank you.
But tell me about like how you first started out. How did you get into songwriting?
Yeah, I grew up in a very musical family. I'm the youngest of 7 kids actually, so it's a big one. All my siblings play different instruments, so I grew up in like a home with just such a variety of stuff. Like my brother was a jazz pianist. I had a DJ brother who was like into electronic music. My dad was a church pastor, so I had like a upbringing in church as well. So this kind of mix of like hymns and gospel music, jazz, electronic. I really like folk music as well. It's just kind of all part of the home and part of the family life. And I actually started making remixes on YouTube through like electronic music.
No way.
Got really into that, and then gradually like got more chill as I got older, I think. And then now my music's like really chilled out, like folk style kind of stuff. But yeah, it was always just my fun hobby from evenings and weekends, and it's all self-taught, school of YouTube, and just started putting stuff out online, and it went from there.
Is that how you learnt to play as well?
Yes. So I had like, I think I got to grade 2 on piano when I was in primary school, and then I quit, and then everything after that was self-taught. So.
That's insane. Yeah. That's remarkable. Really, really well done. And being in Manchester, have you grown up in Manchester? I
have, yeah. So I was born in Salford, moved more into the city a few years ago, and then, yeah, I just loved it here. I think it's such a big like music city, and there's so much variety of stuff here, and especially me and my dad, we used to go to concerts like every week, and we'd just like look online, even if we've never heard of the band, we'd like read the bio and be like, they sound good, let's go see them.
What was, do you remember your first concert with your dad?
My first concert was probably, I went to some weird ones when I was a kid. I don't even remember half of them. I remember seeing a lot of like folk bands in like 2009,
yeah,
like Fleet Foxes and Bon Iver, and yeah, a bunch of that kind of stuff. So
insane.
But yeah, we just go and see anyone, and it was like all influencing my music style, and just getting to hear so much live music's been a big influence on me. So yeah.
And how has Manchester kind of, you say it's been a big influence, but how has like the city of Manchester and the creative community supported you and kind of influenced your music?
Yeah, I think I just love it as a place to be. I'm like, through music I get to travel a lot, which I love, but just something about coming back home to Manchester every time, I'm like, yeah, this is my place. I love like the whole Northern Quarter area and all the little cafes, and I actually have this side project where I make coffee shop beats. So
I've seen that. Yeah,
so I go in a cafe, take like an hour and a half, and just kind of like suss out the vibe of the place and try and make something inspired by that environment. But yeah, I'm like, half of the time I'm just in some cafe somewhere with a notebook, like writing my lyrics and doing my main character energy. So
I love that. I love that so much. So talk to me about the song that you're performing for us today.
Yeah, so it's an unreleased song. It's called Blue Feathers. Exclusive. It's kind of a song that's a lot more like imagery, and I guess in essence it's kind of about loneliness and just kind of dealing with that, but also through the analogy of like winter. I get really like depressed every time winter comes around.
Seasonal depression.
Very seasonal, yeah. But so it's kind of like pinpointed various things that have happened around winter time, of just kind of dealing with loss in different ways, of like people close to me, even relationships, friendships. But then I guess reflecting on the things that bring warmth even in the middle of like cold stuff. And sometimes it's just the simple stuff like friends, or like the sun being out, and like yeah, it's kind of like a bit of an emo song, but then being thankful for like just the simple things that actually like make days feel okay and feel a bit better. So there's a bit of like
a bit of everything in there, really.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to hear you perform it.
Oh, thank you.
And what's coming up next for you? What should people look out for?
What's coming up next? I'm kind of like mid-hibernation right now.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been doing a lot of touring and traveling around, but when I write, I like to just go in my cave and like, disappear a little bit. So
just lock in.
Yes. So I'm in the middle of that, and hoping to have either some new EPs, maybe an album. I'm not actually sure what the project is yet, but I'm just writing a bunch of stuff and collecting it all on my hard drive and seeing what I have. So hopefully next year there'll be some new releases and stuff to look forward to. So.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited to hear everything. And here's to locking in. Should we do it? Let's have some of this, actually.
Cheers.
Do a cheers to locking in.
To locking in.
Blue feathers colored gold, heavy weather, stay at home. Moving castle, where'd you go? 'Cause I don't wanna be alone. And since this November I've stayed longer in my bed, tracing reflections of the light above my head. I wanted to call you, but I wrote a song instead to keep me warm, to keep me warm. Changing platforms at Preston, 3 then 4 then 3 again. I walk with you right to the end. The sunlight felt just like a friend. And since this December I've been talking to myself, writing to process, and I guess it kind of